can drink coffee latte, and that's the best that happens.
Well, wonderful. Well, finally, very good news. Personally, a very good bakery. You know what is bakery?
Yeah.
Okay, bakery. So where is bread and some pan is prepared. They finally have a Yandex delivery, Yandex food, Yandex. Finally, they deliver their wonderful bread, croissant, and cheesecakes to my home. So this is my experience. Okay. So well, this is the only news that we have during this wonderful time. Well, wonderful, almost. Okay, my friends. So, anybody wants to say something else?
No.
Okay. So let's go. Let's move on, my friends. So as always, this week is a little bit more interesting. Speaking about the news, there is something more than just the news about the quarantine, about the lockdown, and so on. So Vadim started to speak about the news, so I would like to, well, if you don't mind, Vadim, what's new in the world? What's interesting world news have you noticed during this week?
I want to tell you about some news about world. For example, there were news from North Korea and from Russia about quarantine.
Well, let's speak about North Korea.
There are news about Kim Jong-un and his health, there are many fake news about this case. Also, I want to tell about.
So, Vadim, what's the news about health? So what people say about his health?
What people say about this new
Well, what you have read about his health?
So some people are saying that he's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Well, some news say have some specific information that he's dead. What else? What are the rumors? You know what is rumor, my friends?
No.
Rumors is what? Сплетни, слухи. Yeah. Rumors. So, well, frankly speaking, I don't know a great difference between rumors and fake news. Well, it's approximately, in my opinion, it's approximately the same thing. But you can ask Pavel about, and he will tell you about all that's, well, the difference between rumors. I posted in the chat these words so you can see them. I hope you can see the chat. Vadim, that's wonderful that you find that news about Kim Jong-un. By the way, my friend, so it's wonderful. Pavel, it's wonderful that you make it a little bit more clear with some details about it. Okay, my friends. So, Polina, do you remember who is Kim Jong-un?
Yes, he's the leader of North Korea.
He's the leader of North Korea. And so what other Korea do we have, Alina?
Можно еще раз, я не расслышал.
What other Korea do we have? Well, there is North Korea. And there is,
Yes.
And there is, what other Korea?
South Korea.
What?
South Korea.
South Korea, wonderful. Okay, so what's the difference, my friends, between two Koreas? Lina, do you know?
what is differences between both Koreas?
Yeah, what's the difference between these two Koreas?
So South one is a democracy country, and Northern Korea is communist.
It's communist. Yes, it's a dictatorial, authoritarian country with a wonderful family rule of with the 3 generations of the one family who rules the country. Okay. Well, okay. So, Vadim, at least a small question to you. Why do you think the news about the health of Kim Jong-un is important for the world media? Is important for the world?
I think that this important news because North Korea has
If you don't remember the word, try to explain it in English. Or in Russian, finally.
Можно на русском, да?
Well, if you don't remember a word, say it in Russian.
У Северной Кореи есть некое влияние в мировом сообществе, то есть наличие ядерного оружия, есть какие-то запасы, поэтому всем странам интересно ее положение.
Okay. Yeah, that's an option. So, North Korea has influence in the region. Well, I don't know whether they have a great influence in the region, but the fact that they have supposedly they have nuclear weapons and a very mighty army. This is very important for the world, especially for the Far East. Well, for South Korea, for Japan, for China, for Russia, who are in the region, who are presented in the region. Clear for everyone? Okay. Well, everybody understood that there is rumors that Kim Jong-un, my favorite guy, one of my favorites in the world, is well, maybe ill, maybe he's dead, and maybe he's need a guy with such a nice head that Pavel have at this moment. Well, Pavel, you're like a doctor who wants to save our brave, the leader of North Korea. Yep.
You're right.
Wonderful. So you specially put it on your head, well, just to show that you are going to help.
How do you say solidarность?
How to say solidarность, my friends, in English?
Maybe compassion?
Well, solidarity, my friends. Solidarity is not a Russian word, my friends. Solidarity.
Really? I wanted to проверить
yeah, well, no. Well, the case.
Check you.
You wanted to check me, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Solidarity. Well, my friends, I know that all we are Russians, we like the Russian. Well, we think that all words that are in Russian, they are so exclusive. They are well, we are the unique nation and so on. But there are a lot of words that we in Russian language borrowed from other language. Okay, so solidarity, solidarность is one of that words. So think about it. Okay, solidarность. Solidarity. Okay, so okay, North Korea, wonderful. Tatiana, welcome to our Zoom party. Okay, so. We have just talked about North Korea and rumors about the death of Kim Jong-un, the great leader of North Korea, the nice, wonderful, funny guy. Anybody subscribed to his Instagram?
Yeah, I have. This is the most
do you like it?
I've ever seen. Yeah, this is the most beautiful, breathtaking Instagram that I have ever seen in my life. It's so.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I totally recommend, especially to Vadim, who told us about this news. There is a wonderful Instagram of North Korea, DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea News. Wonderful, exceptionally. Okay, okay, my friends. So let's move on. maybe somebody wants to add something about North Korea and the stuff? No? Okay. Any other news, my friends, besides North Korea that are important for the world? That's all? North Korea? Anybody? Susan,
Vladimir Putin signed the law about the date of about ending of the World War II.
Well, Second World War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The Second World War. Well, whether it's important for the world.
Not for the world, but for us, almost.
For us, well, when do you celebrate the end of the Second World War, Lina?
Never.
You never celebrate the end of the Second World War? Okay. Well, neither do I, frankly speaking. Vadim, do you celebrate the end of the Second World War?
Yes, I celebrate this day.
When?
I and my family.
Yeah. Vadim, when do you celebrate it?
9th of May.
Well,
Yeah,
the case is that it's not the end of the Second World War. It's the end of the war in Europe, or as we call it, how we call this war, my friends, in Russia.
The Great Patriotic War?
The Great Patriotic War. Yeah, that's the issue. Putin did not change the date of the end of the Great Patriotic War, Великая Отечественная война, my friends. So be careful with that issue. So he changed. So when should we now celebrate the end of the Second World War, Lina?
On the 3rd of September.
Yeah, on the 3rd of September, and before that, where we celebrated it on which day?
2nd of September.
On the 2nd of September. So frankly speaking, it won't be a day off. So I don't think it's a very important issue for us. But maybe, well, okay. Anything else, my friends? Anything else important that happened during this?
Yes, there is a perfect news about Missouri State.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it in English, but they подали в суд на Китай.
They sued China to sue somebody. Подать в суд. So they sued China for what?
For coronavirus.
For coronavirus.
I think yes.
Because
of coronavirus.
Yeah, well, that's a funny news. Heard about that news besides Pavel?
I heard.
You heard. Okay, but well, I'll give a possibility to Pavel to at first to explain that news. What's the issue with that news? So why did they sued China for coronavirus?
Because they think that one moment. So they one more, how to say обвинить?
Accuse
China that the government of China hide information about coronavirus, and they say that there is no a virus, and then they say that there is a virus. It was поздно.
Late. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the funny news. Okay, Susan. Do you want anything to add about this issue with the stupid?
No.
No.
I just wanted to say that it is not. I think it is not very important news because it is like informatic war. Yeah. So it is a war between USA and China. So they accused each other in some options, and it is usual. It's not extraordinary.
Yeah, well, it's not so extraordinary, but it's it's like an something. Well, frankly speaking, it's not very often when one government in one country, somebody sues another country for the spread of the epidemic. So it's not very usual news, definitely, but definitely it's not very important because, you know, well, in the US you can make, well, you can try to sue somebody for anything. You can go to court for any issue, even such strange things like, well, this case. We don't know. Well, but if this court will say that China should pay for these consequences,
It would be really interesting.
it will be a great problem for China, frankly speaking. And this will be really interesting because the US court has a lot of power. Yeah, well, and that will be very interesting. Yeah, because, for example, a decision of a small American court in New York bankrupted Argentina a couple of years ago because there's a group of Argentinian creditors. They sued Argentinian government for not paying their debt, and the American judge said, okay, we have to block all the money of Argentina to realize these things, to pay for these people who sued Argentina, and Argentina could not realize their other payments for other countries because of other issues, and it was a problem for the Argentina. So it can be a problem for the China. However, well, there is a great difference between China and Argentina. China is it's a great big independent country, and Argentina is, well, it's a big country but not very powerful in economic terms. But, well, it can be interesting. But, well, at this moment, it's like a funny story.
Yeah.
Maybe it can be interesting. Well, it depends on the development of the story. Clear?
I like telling funny stories, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's your style of the news. It's news of the Sunday when there are no news at all. But Susan, I agree with you that at this moment, in my opinion, you are right. It's a part of the informational war between China and the US. So, well, it's a part. But the case is that the war between China and the US, even if it is informational war, it's also interesting for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Clear? No, if you have something to say against my point of view, welcome. Well, we are here to discuss the issues. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Everything good, Susan, with you?
Yeah. It's just very cold because, you know, I have no sun in my region, so, and it is.
In your region?
No, I mean where I live. So.
Well, you in Moscow. You are in Moscow at this moment.
Yeah, I am in Moscow, but there is no sun, and it's pretty shady.
And it's cold. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm well. Your voice is very sad, and I was a little bit afraid that something. Okay. So anything else, my friends, besides this wonderful news about Missouri and others and other China and Kim Jong-un?
So there was OPEC.
So what's well, it's not in news. It's if you say there was something about OPEC, it's not in news because I can't even tell you what has happened with the OPEC. I don't know. Okay, anything else besides something with that? Nothing.
There are some news about military parade. Oh.
Okay, tell Vadim.
Vladimir Putin will say us at the end of month about military parade and the date of ending quarantine in Russia, I think. And
next week.
Yes. Also, there are many official meetings in the internet about quarantine and coronavirus
In Russia.
in Russia.
Yeah, well,
in
but,
Russia.
well, yeah, well, the case is that, well, we are primarily try to focus us on the international news that are, well, news that are important for the whole world. So, well, if you can explain why the news that you are talking about are important for the world news, so why they should be covered by the world.
If Vladimir Putin will say official date of ending quarantine in Russia, world leaders will tell with him about this deciding, and for example, Donald Trump will say his people about ending quarantine, like in Russia.
So okay, well that's when I try to explain this issue, I would have done it in another way, but well, it's a nice try. Okay, Vadim. Okay. Besides Vadim, any other notice any other news in the world that has happened during this week?
Boris Johnson start working again on the 27th of April after the campaign.
Yeah, well, well, that's not so big news, but well, also it's a possibility. Aleftina, you wanted to say something?
No, I just want to say that I just want to see where is the end of the quarantine, because well, hopefully, I read some experts blogs, and they said that like in the nearest 2 weeks we will hear where when the quarantine will end. So I'm just like waiting for this.
Well, who is not waiting for the end of the quarantine in our group? Are there any people who don't wait for the end of the quarantine? I think everybody is waiting. So we all want to know when this stuff will end. So, well, I think that you are not alone in this desire to know when finally we can go out. Well, I heard that, well, maybe the next week we'll have a possibility to go out, to go for jogging. You know what is jogging?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Vadim, you know what is jogging?
Yes, I know.
Huh?
Yes, I know.
Okay, wonderful. Пробежки на улице. Pavel, what are you doing? Why are you showing your camera to the camera over there? Okay, never mind. Okay, so any other news during this week, Susan?
No. I think nothing very interesting.
Nothing very interesting. Well, so Zoom told me that my time is ending. So if it will end, I will send you the link as always, and wait for a couple of minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So, my list of the news, my friends. First of all, well, Vadim was right. It was in the first of my first news in my list of the world stories about Kim Jong-un, my favorite friend, my favorite guy, one of my favorite leaders in the world. The second issue was the shooting in Canada. Does anybody heard? Well, anybody?
No.
Yeah, there are such information in the car publics or in official news about shooting in Canada and about victims.
Yeah. So how many people died, Vadim? Do you remember? Approximately.
14, 15, I think maybe.
Well, 22 people died in Canada, So a dentist became mad. Well, we don't know why, and he started to kill people in the streets. He was dressed in a police uniform, and he killed a lot of people. That's a big news for a country, for such a country as Canada. Well, do you know South Park, my friends?
Yeah, I know, unfortunately.
Well, you're the only one. Nobody else?
Maybe.
No, yeah.
Yo, wonderful. So, well, thanks to South Park, we all know that nothing is happening in Canada. Canada is like, well, a nice place where are nice people, well, normally everything is good in Canada. So, well, the news such of shooting in Canada is a big news for Canada and for, well, it's an exceptional thing for Canada. Well, it's not normal for Canada that people are going and shoot people on the streets. It's normal for the United States, my friends, but not for Canada. Okay. The other news, my friend, is related to oil. Maybe Pavel was trying to speak about it, but where is Pavel? He is out because of the connection, I think, yeah? Okay, so on Monday, my friends, there was a story that the prices of oil in New York went down drastically. And oil, the price of oil was negative. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes. On the auction house, barrels of oil was sold at $28.
Yeah, well, well, okay, finish. That's all?
Yes, that's
Okay.
all.
So, well, however, it's well, the case is that at one moment the price of the contract for the barrel was approximately 20 or $30 minus $20. So somebody wanted to pay someone if a person take this oil. That was a very funny moment, and everybody wrote about that finally somebody is going to pay you if you buy oil, a barrel of oil. So, however, the issue was that it wasn't the price of the barrel of oil, it was the price of the contract for oil. Any question from somebody? No? I heard something. Okay, so there was a price, it was the price of the contracts for the futures of the oil. Do I have to explain it to you? You need explanation.
I think no.
Could you explain?
Okay, на русском? На русском объяснить или на английском?
In English, we have English class.
Okay, in English. So there is a system there is a system of contracts which are called futures. Future, even in Russian, it's futures. It means that you buy at this moment a contract for the barrel of oil that will be given to you on, for example, on July. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So, you know, well, you are selling oil that will be given to you in the future. That's why it's futures. And, but, well, so some people are speculants, those who try to earn money on the differences of the costs of this contract. Clear? It's not the price of the barrel, it's price of the contract. And on this Monday, there was an issue that the contract, the future of the barrel, of the barrel that should be given to somebody on May was negative, because on Monday, it was the, well, excuse me, not on Monday, on Tuesday, it was the end when there should be a clear person who should have taken this barrel. So this person, well, Tuesday was the end of the contract of the futures. So on Tuesday, a person should say should have told to the person, to the people who produce oil, where they should send this oil, or not sell, send. How this person who has this future contract, how this person will take this oil. Clear? Or any questions?
Yeah, okay.
And the issue for this person who had this contract was that this person bought this contract, this future, not for taking oil, but because this person was playing on the market. Because this person was a person who is playing on the differences of the prices, trying to earn money. And this person or group of persons, they didn't want oil, because, and so they wanted to get rid of this contract. And that's why this price of barrel, not price of barrel, to say correctly, it was the price of the contract went down. So these people who had a contract to take this barrel, they didn't want to take that barrel. And so they were ready to pay to any person who takes this contract to get rid of this contract. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that this is a little bit more clear, because, well, frankly speaking, it was a very, very speculative moment, but all the journalists the next day were happy to write about it, that finally oil is, nobody needs oil and people are ready to give, well, oil to anyone. So in 1 minute, well, my session will end. So I will end this session at this moment, and I will, send you the new link in our group, and you can join, and then we'll go. Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. So in 1 minute, we'll join, we'll continue our group. Pavel join us one more time, but we'll at the end. So I would like to a little bit to continue our conversation about important world continuing stories, and one of them that I would like to cover today is well, European Union, yeah. I would like to know whether you can see this at this moment, the slide.
Yes.
Yes. The
Wonderful.
flag.
Yeah. The European Union. So, well, during our classes, we talked a lot about different areas in the world, which attracts a lot of attention in the world, in the world media and by the world. But one moment, I have to check the issue. Okay. One moment, I have to okay. Okay. So, European Union. So we talked a lot about different areas in the world, which attracts a lot of attention by everyone. So, and one of them is, well, European Union. We are turning to one of the most important players who are acting on the world. So we'll speak about the European Union, as you could understand. Frankly speaking, well, I would like to ask you, what is European Union?
So it's a group of countries that, I don't know, they have borders, but their rules between borders are, I don't know.
Any other ideas?
It is union of countries, which которых объединяют.
So how to say объединять?
Which are united with?
Which are united, yeah, European Union united.
By economy and political. Sorry, I don't remember this word.
Which word?
Ну, они объединены политически и экономическими аспектами. Ну, не аспектами.
So how is the word aspect in English?
Aspects.
Aspects, my friends. Yeah, aspects. You should to say the word aspect, a little bit in an English way, like you know when you can try to say it like Russian word with an accent, with an English accent. So European Union. Yeah, this is the group of the countries that are united some way. Frankly speaking, it's quite difficult to say exactly what the European Union is. Is it just an economic bloc, or it is a proto-state, something that can become a unified state? Is it a unitary actor? So whether it's in international politics, whether European unions play as one country, as a one actor?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, because they, frankly speaking, they don't have the common. So we don't know exactly. Okay. So, hope that you can see this.
Yes.
He's also trying to join. iPhone tries to join us. Okay, that's an issue. Okay, so European Union. Well, frankly speaking, it's a difficult issue. I can't say whether it's European Union or whether it's a country, whether it's one country, whether it's union or something like that. Okay, so sometimes, well, people treat it as a unique player. However, European Union, well, countries inside European Union have a lot of rights to act on their own. So they have countries that are inside European Union. They have a lot of freedom of act on the international scene. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, so in my opinion, first of all, European Union is a kind of union of European states. Well, it's a union. It's not a country. It's difficult to call it a country. But nevertheless, also it's just a union. It's a very, very important player or actor in the world scene and in the world media, because issues that are happening in the Europe, especially in such countries as Germany, France, Italy, they are much more important than in other countries. Than in any other country, because European Union is one of the richest countries, richest unions in the world, because European Union unites, well, one of the richest countries in the world. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why, well, most medias that we are talking about, they are from the European Union. So BBC, Guardian, they are related to the European Union. So let's speak a little bit about more closely what is European Union. Well, formally and officially, European Union is a political and economic union of the 20. How many countries are there at this moment? Does anybody know?
27.
27, yes, yeah, yeah. The last year when I was giving this class, last year, there were 28 countries. Which country left the European Union this year?
Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Great Britain, yeah, my friends, the epopee of Brexit was the thing that we were talking about also during our classes when there was no quarantine. So Brexit left European Union a little bit smaller. However, nevertheless, the population of the European Union is still approximately 500 million people. By comparison, my friends, how many people live in Russia?
For about 145.
45.
45. Yeah, well, if we count with Crimea, 147. But well, approximately, just for you to understand the size of the population of the European Union. Clear?
Yeah.
But the case is that it's not just 500 million people in European Union. The case is that this is 500, well, one of the most richest people in the world, one of the richest people in the world. And they are, well, frankly speaking, it's the union of the most richest people in the world by amount of the money, how much they earn in the world. So the European Union developed an internal single market through a standardized system of laws that they apply in all countries of the European Union. So it means that all countries in the European Union, they have the same rules. Clear? So they have free, space, free area of moving people, labor force, money, capital, and goods. So European Union is a giant market for any goods, and all producers in the world want to sell their goods in Europe, in the European Union, because it's a very, very big market. And it's not just a big market, it's a big market with people who can buy these goods, because this is the richest people in the world. Okay. Also, the members of the European Union are free to execute their foreign policy. They have to coordinate it with other members. So there is some kind of limited sovereignty of the countries that are members of the European Union. Any questions?
I don't think so.
You don't think what?
I don't think that I have questions.
Ah, okay. I thought that you do not think that members of the European Union are free to execute their foreign policy. Okay. Okay, so the basic idea of the European Union is to create a giant common market. Why is it important? Why is it important to create a big market in the world? In your opinion? Any ideas?
So if there is a giant market somewhere, there will be money, more money.
How it will be created?
So goods are going there. Somebody buy it, then I don't know. Налоги.
Taxes, yeah.
Taxes.
Okay, okay. Any other ideas?
To government.
Okay, okay. Any other ideas, my friends?
Maybe it can prevent competition on the marketplace, so countries will not argue with each other about marketing, and they're together and work to the one issue.
Well, if we had been in the USSR, you would be correct. But the case is that competition is a very important issue for the capitalism. That's why we have such wonderful things as the smartphones, computers, and we have, well, I don't know, well, enormous number of the phones that we have, well, millions of types. The issue is that for the industry, it is very important to have a big market without trade borders, because the bigger market, the more profitable for the industry to sell their goods. Because the issue why we have this iPhone, why we have phones, smartphones, computers, is that they can be produced in the large numbers. Clear? Or I have to explain it?
No.
Okay, so when we produce a lot of things, they cost less. The price of them is less than we are producing exclusive telephone for one person. Clear? When we produce a lot. So that's why market is very important. But the European market is much more important than any other markets in the world besides the market of the United States, for example, because, well, the market of the United States is comparable because it's also very huge, 300 million people, and people there are very rich in comparison with the world population, and they can buy a lot of things. Clear? Okay, so the basic political principle of the European Union is the equality of the members of the European Union. The decisions in the European Union should be taken unanimously. Each country, whether it is Germany or Bulgaria, has right to veto. Do you know what is right? Veto right?
Can you say it again, please?
Veto. V-E-T-O. Victoria, you know what is veto right? Explain to Pavel, please.
It is like a special negotiation which you can't to нарушать.
Violate.
Which you can't violate. As I understand.
Who else knows what is veto right?
It is how to say it, a law to deny some laws, or how to say it, накладывать вето, то есть запрещать.
Well, накладывать вето is to veto.
Не одобрять какой-то закон.
Okay, okay. So the issue, Pavel, is that every country has a right to say, well, if one country say, we don't want this thing, I don't know, some law or some decision, all others can't do anything with that. Clear?
Okay.
No, if you don't understand, tell me.
I understood.
So if Bulgaria say, we don't want to create this law, to establish these rules, nobody can do nothing. Oh, nobody could do anything, sorry, with this issue. Clear? It's the right of veto. So you can say no and nobody will do, well, no. Okay, so formally, all countries in the European Union are equal because they formally have a right to veto any decision that is made in the European Union. But you have to understand that Bulgaria will not go against Germany. Why, my friends? Why do you think Bulgaria will not oppose Germany greatly?
Because Germany is more powerful.
Yeah.
Why Germany is more powerful, Polina?
Because they have industrial success, I think, in some aspects.
Промышленный успех?
No, it's like yes, because it is more industrial country, I think, less.
Frankly speaking, no, it's not. Well, it's more industrial than Bulgaria. But the most important is that Germany has much more money than Bulgaria. It's much more influential, etc., etc., etc. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So in European Union, members pay to the common budget. There is common budget of the European Union. So the amount of money depends on the level of the economic development. So how many a country pay to the common budget depends on the size of the economy of the country. So there is a kind of a percent of the share. The European Union distributes money among the states, and those states that are less developed, that are poorer, they receive more money. So countries like Bulgaria, Romania, I don't know what else, Latvia, Estonia, they receive money, more money from the European Union than they give to the European Union. Clear? Because they try to make more equality in the economic development of the countries. Clear? Okay. Germany, as you can understand, is one of the most pays one of the biggest amounts of money to the common budget, because Germany is one of the most developed countries in the world, most richest countries in the world, one of the richest countries in the world, excuse me. And that is why Berlin is very influential in the European Union. Especially it is now more influential after Brexit, because now there are less countries which are so rich, such powerful as Britain. Clear? Okay, so the head of the European Union is the European Commission. Now you have to look at the slide. Can you see it, my friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the head of the European Union is the European Commission. Well, it consists of presidents and prime ministers of the countries of the European Union. Clear? This is the executive body of the European Union. So it's like, the government of the European Union. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. What are okay. So Parliament, which part of the state body is it? Well, besides executive body, what other parts of the state do you know? So there is executive power. What else powers do you know?
Judicial.
Judicial power. Yeah. what did you want to say? So judicial, and what else? So parliament, which power is it?
Законодательный.
Yeah,
Judicial.
what in English?
Wait, not judicial.
Judicial is
yes, судебное.
Law-making.
Law-making. Okay.
Law-making power. So there is a law-making power. There is there is a parliament which consists of 2 chambers. Clear? So the first chamber is European Parliament. There are 751 members in the parliament, and they are elected directly from by the people of the European Union. So they vote for the deputies. Clear? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Maria. And besides European Parliament, there is a Council of the European Union, which consists of the ministers of the European member states. So it's like upper house of the European Union legislature. So how it works? So, for example, they discuss the issue about ecology. For example, law about ecology. So they discuss it first at the lower house of the European Union, and then ecological ministers of all European countries, they come together and discuss it between themselves. If they discuss an issue about, I don't know, education, then ministers of all the countries come together to speak about education. Clear? So how it works? European Council is frankly speaking, it's much more important in all the European system, but well, it's not very how it is we call not directly part of the, not controlled by European Commission and by European Parliament, because European Council consists of heads of states of the European Union. So Angela Merkel, how it is called, Hollande, I don't know, all the heads of the states of the European countries, they come here and discuss the issues. They set the general political direction and priorities. European Commission, where there is a president and ministers of the European Union, they turns the general political directions and priorities into legislative proposals. So, for example, here, the heads of the European country, they say, okay, let's improve ecology, for example. Here, they think about how to make a law about ecology to improve this ecology. Clear? And here, the parliament discuss it and vote for or against this law. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So at this moment, I think we have to end because the time it ran out, and we'll continue the discussion of the European Union the next week. And you can try to pass the test, but well, it will be better to pass it after the next class. I will prepare the new test. Okay, because there are some more questions that we didn't discuss during this class. So thank you very much. Hope those who joined us liked the lecture. Thank you very much. Have a nice week. Don't forget to wash hands, social distancing, be at home, be safe. Thank you very much.